Hi everyone, let's go through today's price action analysis of Bank Nifty futures using 1 minute candlestick chart, and we'll go through bar by bar analysis and find out all the setups that were possible to be traded in the first hour or so, and how to enter, where to place stop and profit booking. So we'll look at all those things as far as today is concerned. Okay, so before the market begins, what I do is basically draw yesterday's high and yesterday's low. These are two important uh, levels. They could be support or resistance depending upon where the price opens, but they are really important levels being watched by a lot of participants. So I draw them, then I draw some channels if it is obvious, like in this case I joined this point and this point, and then I drew a parallel to that line, right, and kept it there, right. So that's basically the pre-market study that I do every single day, and something that you can apply to your trading as well. That helps us understand where are the possible resistance and support zones are, and you can place or position yourself accordingly, right. So you can clearly see that price opened within yesterday's range here. Try to go past this channel. It failed at this line here, and of course yesterday's high is another resistance that is close by, so it possibly made a double top with this zone here, but point is it failed to go past and it closed below EMA. It had a tail at the bottom, so we don't do anything at this point of time. We just wait for further clues to be dropped, and we have this possible support coming in from this line, right. So with that being said, we move on to other bars. Bar 2, another attempt to hold the price at the EMA. This is another possible support or resistance zone where a lot of people watch this. So you need to be careful around EMA as well and see what price is doing at that level, right. So bulls made an attempt, but they couldn't do much. They gave up, and bar closed below EMA, but it also has a tail at the bottom. So there is one attempt, second attempt to go past EMA, but it is a weak one. It's not that really that strong. Another attempt wherein there's a close, but price gapped up and it tried to go up, but bears again overpowered it and then it pushed down. So what is happening here is price closed at the low, near the low. So this is third push in a way, but it is weak. Bulls bought the low or close of this bar and try to push and went up, but this is all overlap, right now you see nobody's able to push the prices uh, by big distance, right. So there is a play that is going on between bulls and bear. They're trying to uh, apply the pressure and keep pushing their way. Nobody's winning at this point in time, but at the same time, all these closes are below EMA, right? So bears are at least able to manage. Is there any trade here? No. With this kind of price action and flip-flop, we just wait for clearer setup, right? Which is context-wise, we know there is a failure, but at the same time, there's a possible support in this zone. So I don't want to get into a short trade just like that, right. It has to be a clearly identified setup which matches with your plan. At this point of time, I don't see anything. I don't see any uh, traps as well, like this attempt by bulls failed, right. Possibly those bulls who bought the close of this bar, which is opened here, right, on bar 2, they gave up, right, and another attempt push, but nothing was basically coming out quickly. So even though I wanted a short below bar 4, it did not come out quickly. There was a bar 5 wherein bulls made another attempt. So possibly not many were trapped. Some of them basically got out at break even or some profit after they scaled in below bar 2 and 3, and they gave up, right. Plus with this support so near, I did not really want to bet on a short trade. We also have to take that into mind. What is the room of profit before we hit the next resistance or support level, right. So those bulls who tried to hold the ground here, they got knocked off, okay. and bears applied the pressure and it pushed the prices down beyond this line. What you see here is it got soaked up again, and these bulls, possibly some of these did not give up yet. They were ready to scale it, and that's what they did in here, and then they kept pushing the prices up. Right now, this is at the support zone, but this is very uh, weak looking bar wherein it has very little body and a big tail, so we just hold on, we don't do anything. What we see next is very good follow through by bulls, and the bar closed above EMA, nice close, right? And it's a clue. Possibly there's a support coming in from this level. This is a channel that is established from yesterday, and now price might go up, right? At least hit this line here that I have drawn here, right? And we'll see if we find another setup wherein now bears are giving up, right? Bears are giving up. What you see on bar 9 is, yes, bears applied the pressure, they tried to push the prices down, but in the last few seconds of the bar, it was soaked up all the pressure and managed to create this tail. But I'm usually careful going against the EMA. What does that mean? I don't want to go long above a bar which is close below EMA, right? Or vice versa. Right? In this case, I did not want to go long above bar 9 because it has closed below EMA, even though the context is telling me possibly bears have given up and I can place a long order above bar 8 or 9 high and look at the target or till this line. But my rule says I don't want to go long above a bar which is closed below EMA, right? And this is the rule that I apply every single time. Then what you see next is this bar 10. After this, then some bulls bought about this bar, but again bears try to apply the pressure. Now, if it has to really fail at this level, price should or must go down. Why? Because bulls made two attempts after going down and finding a support. Bulls made two attempts to go past EMA. First attempt failed, and this one looked like failing because there is a tail. But what happened next? But this is all about anticipation, and it may be too fast. Something definitely I couldn't manage myself today. But I'm explaining just in case you were able to. Is basically these bulls, right, who created the pressure and managed to close. They soaked up all the pressure. Bears are applying the pressure one more time. What you see next is a tail on bar 10 top. But the moment this bar closed, bears try to push the prices down, right? So there are some bears who sold the close of this bar, sold the close of this bar, right? And it opened here. So they sold and then they tried to get out at break even. You see bar 11, it doesn't have a tail at all, right? It opened, there's a gap down open below EMA, bar 10's close and bar 11's open, there's a gap down, right? Some bears sold the close of bar 9, they scaled in and then they gave up at break even price or possibly some small profit. So you go, there will be bears will be ready to get out at above bar 10's high, and that's exactly what you're waiting on, right? And that you need to be sensing this fast, and that may be difficult. It's okay if you are not able to find these kind of trades. I personally was not able to place the order in time, even though I was able to analyze this. Uh, I was not able to place the order in time. But had you been able to, right, in that case you went long about this bar, right? It's basically around 15 340, nice entry bar. Bears again try to apply the pressure. What do you see here? Tail, strong tail, uh, and it basically tested the break-even point above bar 10 high, and again bulls pushed the prices up, but it couldn't get past this particular doji bar, or it's a tail bar with a lot of tail, very no body at all, absolutely. So what is happening here? We don't see strong momentum going into this, right? Next bar, same story. So 340, 15340 is where you got in. With this close of bar 13, this is not a move that we want, definitely, right? We definitely wanted to see a good follow through to this bar, because if it really going to continue, it is really going to continue and bulls are really having an upper hand, it should be able to get through this resistance zone quickly. There's a lack of momentum, which tells you that possibly bears are not letting it go immediately. They are scaling in higher. Okay, like this bar did not manage to close above bar 12's high. Same story, they were scaling and scaling and scaling. So you can, if you had gotten long about this bar, you could, worst case, you move the stock to break it or get out at some profit. Depends on where you are able to get out. Maybe 20 points. Someone who saw this coming and reduced their expectations, let's say 340 is where they got it, and this bar went to 369, not exactly 70, but let me put this high is 379.90, so not 70. So 30 points were not there, but 20 points could have been made. Expectations reduced based on this price action, right? What happened next is uh, basically bulls gave up here. Bears were applying the pressure. Those bulls who bought in this zone as well, they also gave up, and price started coming down. I did not want to go short immediately here because it was into EMA. I wanted to wait for price to be dealing going past EMA, and then I want to see if there is a give up by bulls. That's exactly what happened here. Bar 16 and 17 were strong bear bars. Price managed to close below EMA. There was an attempt by bulls, right, at bar 18. Strong close, but bears sold it immediately. Look at the bar 18 close and bar 19 open. They sold the close of this bar immediately. So that means bears were not letting bulls any chance, right? The moment you saw this, those bulls who bought the close of this bar, they were going to give up. They will try and scaling below bar 19. That's what happened for a while. It opened below, so you can see that bar 20 try to go up a while, and I was ready with this anticipation that if I see this, I'm going to go short below bar 19. So I placed a short order bar below bar 19 low, which is basically 333.85. So I got a feel at around 333.4 or so, and then I kept my profit booking order around 300. And because I do not want to go for 40 points because of this line, which is possible support zone, right? I didn't want to take a risk, right? Of course, I was going to watch how quickly it moves to my profit target, and that happened in this bar on bar 22. It hit my profit target of 30 points, right? So that was a short trade that I was able to manage. After that, I stopped trading. Of course, there were few more setups that could have been there, but I did not really personally watch it. Once I found support, maybe someone who saw this, there's attempt, first attempt to go past this channel, second attempt failing. So someone went long because those who were selling here, they saw this bull bar, they scaled in on bar 26, and then they gave up. The tail at the bottom tells you that they gave up. So you go long above bar 25. EMA is nearby, so you scalp out at 20 points, nothing more than that, right? You don't want to be sitting on trades wherein you have a long trade going on against the EMA, below EMA, prices below EMA, and you don't want to hope that it just goes a distance. It might sometime, but most of the time the trend continues, right? So what happened here is that another attempt by bears, price again found some support, it pushed. So these bulls who uh, managed to provide this support were possibly scaling in, and then they pushed the prices up. You can draw this line, which is the trend line for the day, and I drew this parallel line. This is why drawing lines is very important, that they help you with support and resistance levels. You can see that this was the last attempt wherein this was the price close of bar 27, right? Some bulls possibly bought the close of bar 26. That's where this level is, right? This is the open of bar 27, and that is where the price went and it stopped. So they were scaling in. Once they saw attempt to go past EMA failed, they were ready to scale in. You can see that this is where the move started on from bar 25. But the moment bar went below bar 25, this price action, they immediately supported it. So these bulls had not given up during this down rally, right? They were ready to scale it, and that's exactly what they did here. They kept on pushing the prices up. But look at this move. It was not a strong move at all. It was flip-flop. Every single bull bar was followed by bear bar with tails. So it was not a convincing bull move. So they were possibly going to give up. And you can clearly see that this is a trend and where they gave up. Of course, there is a coincidence. There are a lot of coincidences that happen, and there will be a lot of these that you will find after the fact, after the market is over. That's not the point. The point is use these levels in the live trading to be able to get the uh, context and understand where someone is going to give up, and then you can use that to your advantage, right? So you can see that the moment they gave up, why do you see this big fall? What has happened suddenly that basically made this possible? Whenever you see these moves, you need to ask this question to yourself: what is this? Is a weak looking bar. Why did bears start pushing the prices so fast here, right? And the answer to that question is these bulls who are trying to hold the ground here has finally given up because they sensed it. They sensed it in this zone. They are not really able to push the prices up. Even though you see this move, I mean, it is making higher lows every bar by bar and it is going up. This was the last chance wherein they gave up. So those bulls who bought in here, they scaled in and they managed to get the profit. Now they are getting out. So bears knew this is a possible zone. If they get out, they know bulls are going to sell and then bears are ready to sell. So everybody's selling and hence you see this fall. Where will it find the support? Draw a parallel to this line, and that's exactly what happened here. It found the support in this zone. It is not never an exact price point, but it is a level or zone, right? And then this fall must have given someone who was ready, who anticipated this and was ready for the short trade. I did not, but I did manage to get my 30 points today from this short trade. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.